over here. We just keep it simple. We keep it real, but we keep it simple. What's going on, good people? Hey, what it do, y'all? What it do? Before we go into this, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay? I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Make sure that your notification bell say all. So hopefully when I go live, you'll get notified. What's going on? I hope everybody had a great day. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I just wanna perk you up a little bit. I just want to perk you up a little bit, okay? I came on here to tell y'all it's cutoff season. Y'all heard what I said. It's cutoff season. It is cutoff season. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes and see if some people tap in with me for a minute. Usually some people will tap in. It might take a few minutes, but normally somebody will tap in. Let's see if anybody will tap in with me tonight. Come on up in the building. Come on up in the building. Come on up in the building. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yeah, usually some of y'all tap in with me for a little bit. I ain't gonna keep y'all on here long. I just came on here to give y'all something to think about. Just to give you a little something to think about. Let me give you something to think about. Ooh, hey, hey, hey. I know I'm acting silly. Yes, come on up in the building. Come on up in the building. What y'all sleep? I know some of y'all probably knocked out. I get it. I know, I know. But if you don't see me now, you'll see me on the replay. Check out the replay. Okay? That's what I need you to do is check out the replay. Okay? Check out the replay. Listen, I titled this. It's cutoff season. Let's talk about it. What y'all talking about? Cutoff season. What is this lady talking about? It's cutoff season. That's what I said. It's cutoff season. Okay? It's time for you to cut off people who don't deserve your time and your energy. I said what I said. It's cutoff season. Time for you to cut people off that don't deserve your time and your energy. Because some of us are still wrapped up. For some reason, some negativity got some of us wrapped up. And we just don't know how to break free from that negativity. But it is time to, hey, it is cutoff season, like I said. It's time to cut some people off who don't deserve to be sitting at the table with you. Listen, God is trying to elevate you, but guess what? He can't do it because you got too many people hanging around you that don't belong. And then you wondering why you ain't elevated. You wondering why things ain't moving around in your life. You wondering why new doors haven't opened. Hey, they haven't opened because you got too many people hanging around you. You got too many of the wrong people hanging around you. That's why ain't nothing happening. Hey, 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 how you doing? Ooh, you're a cutie one. I like that. How you doing? Thanks for tapping in with me. I appreciate you. But yeah, that's why things ain't happening for you because you got too many of the wrong people hanging around you. And where God trying to take you at, everybody can't go. He can't elevate you and your deadbeat friends. I'm doing good. How are you? My day was wonderful. My day was great. How was your day? I hope you had a good day. Yeah, Mr. What's that say? Mr. Palad. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, but that's the problem though. Seriously. We get so caught up. Like, I don't know what it is. I think some people will be looking for validation in others. And so we start hanging around the wrong people. And it's like we can't break free. We can't break free of them. And the people that some of us be hanging around don't mean us no good. So I'm here to let y'all know it's cutoff season. It's cutoff season. I don't care if it's the girlfriend, if it's the boyfriend, or whatever. If you're with somebody and you're not elevating and evolving, it's cutoff season. Okay? It's cutoff season. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes we get with somebody, right, as far as a relationship, and we think that it's, the relationship is all this and that. But for real, sometimes the relationship don't even be healthy. You get what I'm saying? It don't even be healthy. But y'all be hanging on to each other, right? And the relationship is not healthy at all. And somebody not elevating somebody. Somebody is pouring a lot of energy into somebody, but they not getting that same energy back. I don't know who this for. I don't know who it's for, but somewhere somebody feel me on this live tonight. And you're in a situation that you should have gave it up long time ago. Long time ago, but you're still holding on. You're still holding on. I don't celebrate the holidays, but I was alive, so hey, God is good. Yeah. Just to see it. Let me see. Don't redeem it. Just to see it. They will say it. Come on now. I like that. Hey, is it messed up that I scroll through these live streams and every time I come across a Indian screamer, I type, don't redeem it just to see it. They will say it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you feel, baby, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I don't know who this for tonight, but somebody is hanging on to somebody, and you've been there a long time and you ain't got nowhere yet. You ain't elevated. What time is it for you? It is 1:42. It's 1:42 where I'm at. You haven't elevated. That you pouring a lot into them, but they ain't pouring nothing back into you. Come on. And let me tell you something. It's gonna stay like that until you clean house. It's cutoff season. It's time to cut off some people that don't belong there. They've been there too long as it is. And you ain't benefited from it. You're not benefiting from it. They getting more from it than you getting from it. I don't know who this for. I don't know who this for. It came to my heart and it came to my mind, so I had to share it with y'all. You know? But we do it all the time to ourselves. We get with somebody and we think everything is Gucci. We think everything is good. And it's not good. It may be good. Maybe the sex holding you there. Because a lot of times sex hold people together. Sex will hold people together a lot of times. It don't be that person good for you. It be the sex. It be the sex. And then after a while, that wears out because y'all not offering each other nothing. Or one person is giving more than the other person is giving. You see what I'm saying? Or like I said, you got deadbeat friends hanging around. This is cutoff season. It's time to cut the motherfuckers off that don't belong there. I said what I said. Time to clean house. It's time to clean house. Because you ain't going to elevate and evolve until you do. Like I said, God be trying to take us places. And a lot of times, he can't get to us because we got too much going on. We got too much negative stuff going on. And so he can't get to you. And let me tell you something. Hey, you don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out. So it's time to cut off. It's time to cut some people off. It is. It's time. Past time. Past time. Or you're somebody who's just taking care of everybody. You ain't getting nothing out the deal. You just taking care of everybody. Okay? The time is up. The time is up. The time is up. Time is up. Oh, it's AM. AM. I'm sorry. It's AM. 1:42 AM where I live at. Yes, it's time. It's time. I don't know what you're waiting for. You know, when you look back, see, that's why it's important to do some reflecting. Because every so often, when you sit back and you do some reflecting on your life, you start to pay attention on what's happening and what's not happening. You start to pay attention, to, am I elevating? Am I evolving? You start to pay attention to that when you do some reflecting. But sometimes we get so caught up in negativity, and that negativity keeps us distracted. And we don't know how to say, let me go and do some reflecting. I need some me time. Some of us don't know how to do that. We don't know how to step away from all the noise and let it get quiet. We don't know how to do that. We don't know how to step away from the noise and let it get quiet. You got to step away from that noise sometime and let it get quiet so you can think, so you can hear what you need to hear, so you can see what you need to see, so you can feel what you need to feel. Oh, yeah. It is cut off season. It is cut off season. I wouldn't give a damn if it wasn't nobody in here. People look at the replay all the time. And if it's bothering you, you get the fuck out of here. You shouldn't even be in here. That's what I'm talking about. People like that. People like that. People look at the replay all the time, baby. I come on here all the time. And people look at the replay. Because I come on here late. So why the fuck are you in here? If I'm not talking what you want to hear, get the fuck out. Simple as that. Nobody asked you to come in here. I tell you, people just come on your shit and try to cause disturbance, Try to start disturbance all the time. If you don't like it, move on. Move on. It's not meant for you. It's not meant for you. I tell you, when they made the internet, when they made social media, all the widows started coming out. When they made social media, all the fucking widows started coming out. See, they don't come out. They don't come out no other time. They only come out on social media because they don't have friends and don't nobody really fuck with them like that. So they come on people pages and try to be disrespectful and stuff. These are the type of people that they don't have no boyfriend or girlfriend. Don't nobody want to be bothered with them. So what they do, they be trolling on the internet because they don't get no attention. That's what's wrong with them. They don't get no attention. None whatsoever. And he got the nerve to have, what did it say? Trump supporter. Lord, take the wheel. Whoo, the devil is busy. The devil is busy. The devil is so busy. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We got to do better. Some of us got to do better. And some of us are so connected to negativity, we don't know how to break free, break or loose from that. You got to learn how to break or loose from negativity. and start paying more attention to yourself. This is cutoff season. It's time to cut motherfuckers out your life that don't mean you no good. You know, like seriously, you got people sitting at the table that shouldn't be sitting at the table. Like for real. And I notice a lot of people doing that now. You know, like I don't understand it. Being around folks that don't mean you're no good. They talking about you when your back is turned. They talking about you and everything. And you still hanging with them. You still being around them. Like make it make sense. Make it make sense. Mm. And then you wondering why your life is not changing. Things are not, new doors are not opening up for you and stuff. That's because you got the wrong people sitting at your table. That's why nothing good is happening for you. You got to get rid of all that noise around you. It's too much noise going on around you. You got to get somewhere and let it get quiet so that you can, see some things and hear some things. You need some quiet time. You need some me time. But instead, some of us take and we hang around the same old BS. And we wonder why our life is not changing. That's why it's not changing. That's exactly why it's not changing. Because you got the wrong people hanging around you. That's why. How do you get rid of the noise? Go somewhere and get to yourself. That's how you get rid of the noise. Go somewhere in your bedroom by yourself, shut the door, or in the bathroom and shut the door, where you can think, where you can do some reflecting on yourself, where you can pay attention to you. When you got a lot of noise around you, it's hard for you to be able to pay attention to yourself. That's the problem now. And some people don't want to tap into themselves because they don't like who they are. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Some people don't like even thinking about themselves because they don't like who they are. That's why some people keep a lot of people around them. That's why they keep a lot of negativity going on around them and stuff, because they don't want to stop and have to think about themselves. They don't want to do that. How do you determine what's good noise versus bad noise? Okay. You determine, okay, when you're around good noise, it gives you a good feeling, right? When you're around positivity, it brings you a good feeling. When you listen to good music, it brings you a good feeling. So that's when you know you're around good noise, because good noise is going to bring you a good feelings, good thoughts. But when you're around negativity, you're going to get negativity noise. It's just that simple. You're going to get negative. You bring all the negativity around you, it's going to bring you negative stuff. And nothing good comes out of that. We all know that. Nothing good comes out of that. So you have to start being, taking some time for yourself. And some of us don't like ourselves. We don't. Some of us as people do not like ourselves. And so that's something that you need to address head on. You got to address that stuff head on, because something might have happened. I don't know. But sometimes something didn't happen, maybe in your childhood, maybe in teenagehood, that's got you disliking yourself. And so that's something that you have to address. You have to address these things head on, because you will never, listen, you will never grow. You will never evolve and elevate unless you address these issues that you got going on. And that's just the truth. That's the truth. I don't understand how people can be around a lot of negativity. I don't get it. I can't do it. It's something that, whew, gives me a headache, a migraine. I cannot be around negativity. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I don't understand how people do that because I can't do it. Mm-mm. And I've always been like that. This ain't nothing new. This ain't something that just started. I've always been a person who I just don't like hanging around people with a bunch of bullshit. I can't do it. I can't do it. I feel like I'm wasting my time and everything, my energy, everything. And it drains me. It drains me. I can't do it. So, what about like toxic relationships where you trick yourself into feeling good? Okay. Toxic relationships where you trick yourself in feeling good. That's something that you should have been got out of. If you have to trick yourself into feeling good, you should have been long gone, long time ago. Like seriously, you should have been gone. You should have been gone. You never stay around something where you gotta, trick yourself into feeling good. That's not healthy. That you already admitting that you miserable. You just tricking yourself into feeling good. You should have been gone long time ago. It's not too late. It's cutoff season. It's cutoff season. It's time to clean house. It really is. It's time to get rid of people that don't mean you no good. And you know what? I know so many people that be with people and I've been with them for years and they really don't get nothing out of it. They don't get nothing out of each other. They really don't. But they've been around each other for years. I just don't understand it. I know people that sleep in separate beds but live in the same house. It's crazy. I would have been gone. You say, what about people that are friendly on the outside but evil on the inside? That's what I was just talking about. People not liking themselves because they're evil people, you know? And one thing I've learned is that you can't change nobody. They got to want to change. You cannot change nobody. They got to want to change. They got to want to change. If they don't want to change, you can't change them. They're not going to change until they ready. So don't waste your time. Do not waste your time. Hey, everyone, just listening, seeing what the conversation is about. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Lisa North, 1494. You said, how can you tell when somebody, oh, okay, truly friendly and not evil on the inside? Oh, you said, how do you tell somebody truly friendly and not evil on the inside? Well, I tell you what, because some people can play mind games and play tricks, okay? But one thing about it, the true you is going to come out eventually. The true you is going to come out eventually. You can't hide it all the time. You can't hide who you really are forever. The true you will come out. Then they might play little mind games, play little tricks for a little while, but eventually the true person will show who they are. They will come out. Trust and believe me. They can't hide it forever. One thing I've learned is that what's done in the dark comes to the light all the time. And if you notice here lately, the truth is coming out about everything. Like seriously. Listen, the truth is just coming out. So much stuff is coming out. The truth is just coming out. It's just coming out. Every time I look up, something else is coming out. The truth about something is coming out. And I'm telling you, a person can't hide who they are for long. They try to, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And let me tell you something. Sometimes when you having certain feelings about somebody, right? That's because that those feelings that you're having about that person, your feelings are telling you who that person really is. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're already having feelings about them, you know, that's why you're having them. Because that person that's around you is, you know what I mean? That's who that person really is. Even though they haven't showed you who they are yet, it's gonna come out. But that's why you already having feelings like that about that person. That's why you already thinking like that. Because that's who that person really is. Hmm. Can't hide it for long. People try to hide it, but they can't hide it for long. You know? And I'm telling you, let me tell you something I did one time. I was dating this guy, right? And so I told him, I can't remember what I said. I said I was going to do something for him. And I acted like something had happened and I wasn't able to do it. Oh, 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 oh. Mm. Listen, he came out, okay? That dark side came out real quick. I was just standing there looking at him. I was like, okay, he just showed me who he was, and I got the hell out of Dodge. I didn't say anything. When he looked up, I was gone. I was gone. Yep. He showed me exactly who he was. And I did it. I didn't do it. I could have did what I said I was going to do, but I wanted to just see how he was going to act. If I went to him and said, I know I told you I was going to do such and such, but I'm not able to do it. I just wanted to see what type of attitude I was going to get. And I got what I thought I was going to get. Hmm. Yep. And I left. I ain't look back either. I left because he let me know who he really was. Yep. They can't hide it for long because what happens is if you do something to them, a lot of times they will just snap, you know, and their true color will come out. They can't hide it for so long. They be trying to, but they can't. Hmm. They can't do it. They cannot do it. You said, "Am I coming?" What you mean? Are you coming out? You're the person they thought you were. Right. You said, what do you think makes a genuine apology? Um, I feel like if somebody did something to you in front of people, like when a lot of people was around, I feel like their apology should be done around a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel like if somebody did something to you in front of a lot of people, their apology should be done in front of a lot of people. You know, that's how I feel. But if something was done and it was just done between the two of you, then it's still a way that they can apologize to let you know they really mean it. Do something special for you, maybe cook your special meal or something. And when y'all sit down to eat, then they talk to you and let you know they apologize for what they did. They didn't mean it, like that. So it's ways to do things to let a person know you mean it, you know? It's ways to do it, if they really mean it. Why do you think why do you think should pay the bill on the first date? Oh, you said who do you think should pay the first bill on the first date? Now, I'm an old schooler, so I believe the man should pay. The man, I'm an old schooler. I feel like the man should pay for the date, for the first date. Yes, I do. I don't go half. I don't want to go half. I feel like the man should pay for the first date. I'm from the old school. They can show you by their actions they mean it. Exactly, right. Yep. Yep. I believe the man should pay for the date. That's just my opinion. But see, let me explain this though. Because the stuff that we got out here now, some of the women that's out here now, they want uh they want expensive dates, right? They want you to take them um where a plate start at 100 and something dollars and stuff like that. I'm old school. You could give me a nice what you call it? What's that you call it? A picnic type of thing. You could give me a picnic and I will be satisfied. The Cheesecake Factory, I would be satisfied. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not how much it is, it's the thought that count. It's the fact that you thought about me, you just the just the fact of you thinking of me to want to date me, to want to take me on a date. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not that type of person that, you got to take me somewhere expensive and stuff. That's not me. That's not me, you know. So, but that's what some of the women seem to be into now. That they want the man to have all this money and they want to, so I don't know. But wouldn't that come off as cheap? Well, maybe for some people, maybe for some, not for me. Okay? Maybe for some people they may think it's coming off cheap, but I don't think so. I feel as though, you know, we just getting to know each other and that's our first date. So, hey, I don't look at it like that. I don't look at it like that because I want to sit and talk and, and stuff and we get to know each other. So I don't look at it as though it's coming off cheap. Now, you have some women who feel like that. They don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. They don't want to do a picnic type of thing. They want to go somewhere where you got to spend all this money. So it depends on what type of woman you dealing with. You know what I mean? It depends on what type of woman you dealing with. Hmm. Do you think women should judge men by height? No, no, I don't. I don't feel like that. Some women want tall men, you know, for whatever the reason. Some women want tall men. But to me, I think it just matters if that man is good, if he's a good man, you know? Excuse me. That's how I feel about it. Is he a good man? Is he respectable? Does he respect me as a woman and stuff like that? That's what I look for. You know, all that um all that other stuff is kind of like I don't know. I don't be thinking about all that kind of stuff like that. It's not that serious to me. I just want a decent man and I want somebody that's going to be respectful, right? Because I'm gonna respect them and I want them to respect me. But like, I don't know how to explain it. All that extra stuff is just, like I said, I'm an old school type of girl. So even coffee and good conversation. Right. There you go. There you go, Lisa North. Right. Coffee and good conversation. Yeah, because we just getting to know each other. So I'm not thinking about you spending all this money and stuff, I'm just trying to get to know who you are and vice versa. So, like, yeah, like going to Starbucks or something, getting a drink or something like that, and we just sitting around talking and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Right. That's right, Lisa North. We are not material women. That's right. We are not material women. That's right. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm old school. That's what I like. I like to, I want to get to know you and I want you to get to know me. So the last thing on my mind is spending all that money on a date and cuz it's the thought that count. It's the fact that you thought about wanting to take me out on a date. I appreciate that. So I'm just not that's just not my cup of tea, you know? Excuse me, y'all. What about a man that can't afford a living? Do they deserve love? Mm, listen, mm, I'm trying to put this sweet, right? I feel as though a man who can't afford a living shouldn't be dating. I'm just saying, that's just how I feel. Okay? If you can't afford a living, if you can't afford a living, you shouldn't be dating. That's just how I feel about that. You know, not being mean or nothing, but I just feel like that. Why are you looking for a woman when you can't even afford to have somewhere to live and stuff? Why would you be looking for a woman? Would you date the same about women? Wait a minute. Would you date the same? Oh, would you say the same about women? Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes. If a woman don't have her shit together, why she dating? What's she dating for? What is she dating for if she ain't got herself together? Yes, I would say the same thing about a woman. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Everyone deserves love, but you need to take care of yourself first. That's right. That's right, Lisa. Yup. Everybody needs love, but you need to take care of yourself first. That's right. I do agree with that. Yup. I agree with that. You do. You need to, because let's be real now. Uh a woman don't want no man she gotta take care of. Well, wait a minute. Let me back up. I don't want a man that I gotta take care of. Okay? I don't. I don't want no man where so I gotta be trying to take care of him and stuff. Because he don't have money and he don't have a job and this, that, and the other. So I don't want to put myself in that situation, you know. But yeah, like Lisa said, take care of yourself first before you start trying to date and stuff. And that's for a man or a woman. Now, it's how can I put this? When it come to women, right? Let me say this. A woman could meet a man, right? And she could bring certain things to the table which may make him want her, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, say she can cook, she's a very clean person, she got a nice personality and attitude and stuff. So that, based on that, a man may want her. Even though she may not got all her stuff together, that man still wants her, right? Far as women, a woman don't want no broke man. Like seriously. Now I'm not saying he gotta have, millions of dollars and stuff like that. But what I am saying is that a woman don't want a man who is just broke. Okay. A woman don't want a man that can't even take care of himself. Like seriously. But when it comes to a woman, us being women, we can offer certain things that might make that man say he want to be with her. You know, I'm just saying. But when it comes to men, for me, I don't want a man. I don't want a broke man. I don't want a man that can't take care of himself. I just don't. You know. Lisa said we must learn to love ourselves before we can truly. I always say that, Lisa. I'm glad you said that. She said we must learn to love ourselves before we can truly love another. That is so true. I say that all the time on this channel. I sure do. Because that's facts. We do. We need to learn to love ourselves first. And I think that's where things get messed up at. It's because we run out there and we try to find somebody, right? And let me tell you something. If you don't love yourself, how you gonna go out there and find somebody that's gonna love you when you don't even know how to love yourself? You see what I'm saying? And that's how I think that's how a lot of people end up in bad situations because they don't know how to love themselves. But they run out there and they try to find somebody, you know, and end up finding all the wrong somebody. That's a double standard. Why you say that? That's not a double standard because listen, a woman can offer things that a man, how can I put, yeah, a woman can offer things that a man can't. I guess I'm gonna say it like that. I don't know if it's coming out right. You're so pretty, Slay. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Lisa. Am I saying that right? You said you can't. That's what I was saying. What you mean? Oh, you were saying, Lisa, you were saying the same thing I was saying that I said just now. Am I saying that right, Lisa? I don't know. He said that's double standard. But what I'm trying to say is that women have something they can offer that, oh man, I don't know if that's gonna come out right. Um, help me out, Lisa. Help me out. I'm trying to find the right words. Um, if a man and woman are in a healthy relationship, but wait a minute, but what's SMTH? If a man, but something, but something happens and the man can no longer afford a living, should they break up? No, no, they shouldn't break up. Listen, no, they shouldn't break up. No. Now, let me tell you this coming from me, okay? I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me. If my man, right, if something happened and he can't work, right, I got him. I got to hold him down. I got to hold him down. I got to hold him down. I've got to hold him down. If something happens and my man can't work, yeah, I got to hold him down. Yes, I do. That goes without saying. Yes, I do. Yeah, I got to take care of him and hold him down. Yes, that goes without saying. Because listen, I'm like this. I feel like this. If you can be there for the good, you can be there for the bad. That's just how I look at it. You know what I mean? Everybody don't feel like that. Everybody don't feel like that. Some people want to be there when things are good, but then when things get bad, they be ready to ball out. But for me, I'm gonna stay there and hold my man down because he was holding me down. So why would I break up with him? No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You stay there, you hold your man down because he held you down. So that's how I feel about that. I don't know how everybody else feel, but That's how I look at it. Shouldn't you work on yourself before a relationship? So wouldn't it be the same here? Wait a minute, let me read that again. Shouldn't you work on yourself before relationships? So wouldn't it be the same here? Yes, I feel as though, yeah. I feel as though men and women should work on themselves before getting involved in a relationship. Because I feel like if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love me? Or or anybody else? Like, how you gonna love somebody else if you don't know how to love yourself? So I feel like that for men and women. That's not, I'm not just saying that for women or saying that for men. I'm saying that for both. I feel like men and women need to focus on loving themselves so that when they get ready to go out there and date and stuff, they will know how to love other people. They will know how to respect others. If you don't know how to respect yourself, if you don't know how to love yourself, right? How can you give that to somebody else if you don't have it for yourself? You understand what I'm saying? And that's just, I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer that if you don't have those things in yourself and you don't know how to do yourself like that, like respect yourself, love yourself, you know, what else is it? Uh, all those things that come together. I feel as though you need to make sure that you love you and respect you, because it's just no way you're going to love me if you don't love yourself. It's impossible. It's impossible. How you going to show me you love me and you don't even love yourself? But if the man loses their job and starts hating themselves, shouldn't they work on themselves and not their partner? Exactly, yes. But let me say this too, though. Your partner can be like a support for you. When you going through that moment, your partner can be supportive for you. You see what I'm saying? Your partner can end up being support for you instead of her, because we don't have no control over that. Like, you could go in one day and your boss could just get rid of you, you know. But I feel as though your partner should be supportive, you know. Lisa said they should work on themselves but continue to date your significant other. Exactly. Right. I don't feel as though, y'all should break up or anything. I just feel as though you should continue to work on yourself, but also your partner can be supportive of you too. That's how I see that. Because some men get frustrated when their finances not right, or when they, you know what I mean, or something happened with the job or something like that. Men can really get like frustrated, you know, and that's understandable. That's understandable, but that's where your partner come in at. She supposed to come in and be able to, like, baby, it's gonna be all right. Just a storm. It don't last forever. This just a storm we gotta go through. But we gonna go through this together. I got you. We got each other. You know what I'm saying? That's how, at least that's how I feel. Now everybody ain't like me. Everybody ain't like me, but that's how I see it. I feel as though, baby, listen, we been here for each other, right? Just a storm. It ain't gonna last forever, and we gonna get through this together. We're gonna get through this together, baby. I'm gonna let you have some time to yourself. And I'm gonna go in here and read my book or whatever I'm gonna do, and let you have some time to yourself. But I love you. And always remember, I'm here for you. I'm gonna be here. We're gonna get through this together. And that way you will feel a little better knowing that Your partner is not trying to run out the door on you, you know? You say, wait a minute. You say, all right, I'm going to get some sleep. Have a good night. Thanks for the advice. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Carry each other through the storm. That's right, Lisa. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to carry y'all. That's right. That's what you're supposed to do. I just don't understand that. I know some women who will roll out on your ass soon as shit get rough. They gone. Like seriously, you know. And I had a homegirl that did that one time, and I got on her. I got on her, right? And I said, listen, that man been there for you all this time. And now, things is rocky for him. And now you gonna roll out on him? I said, come on. Come on. I said, let me tell you, everything you do come back to you. What you put out in the universe is what you get back. And it don't come back the same way you put it out. It comes back worse, you know? And I told her, I say, girl, I said, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I said, my conscience would eat me up. I couldn't do it. But yeah, she left him. And then when he got it together, he went back and got her. I said, oh my goodness, what is going I stayed out of it. I guess that's the way they like it, you know? I guess I noticed something though. Some men you could treat them wrong and they'll keep coming back. I don't get it. But I know quite a few men that's like that. You treat them wrong and they'll keep coming back to you. And that's what, I feel as though it's something going on within them that makes them, do that. I think their self-worth, they don't think they worth it. And I think that's why they do that. Allow a woman to treat them like that and then they'll just turn around and come back, you know? They can't stand to be alone. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You right about that. You right about that. Material women is all they are. Yup. That's true, Lisa. You know what? And that's sad because I think it's important for everybody to be alone. I really do because I feel like when you're alone, you start to get to know you better, right? And you start to love you, learn how to love you. Like it's impossible for you to learn how to do that if you always in a relationship. You know what I mean? So I think you should take time out and just be by yourself for a while. And that way you could learn how to love yourself, and learn some things about yourself and change some things about yourself that you don't like. You know what I mean? I really feel like that. I feel like, I think we all should go through that moment where we be by ourselves for a while, you know? Because I feel like when you go out there and you start searching, the reason why things don't work out is because first of all, you haven't found out how to love you. You know, you haven't found out how to love you yet. So, being so you don't know how to love you yet, you just going out there basically grabbing up something. You just grabbing up women, you know, but you don't really know how to love them because you don't know how to love yourself. You said too many jump from one relationship to another. Yes, too many. Too many. I've been single now. I've been single for a long time. I have. And I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I enjoy it. Um, it's something about that when you tap into yourself and you learn how to love you unconditionally, right? That's when how can I put it? That's when all the bullshit really stops. You know, when you start to really love you and you stop letting people cross them boundaries. You set boundaries and you stand on them, and you stop letting people cross them. That's a good feeling to know that you're in control of yourself. You know what I mean? That is really a good feeling to know that you now have that control. Whereas though you don't have to accept somebody doing X, Y, and Z to you, because they are boundaries that you have, set, and you stand on them, you know. And it's like the more you love on yourself, the stronger you get. You see what I'm saying? I know for me, that's how it felt for me. It was like the more I stood on, the more I set my boundaries and I stood on them, the stronger I got. And the more I was loving myself, the more I became more in love with myself, you know? And it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to be comfortable in your skin and knowing who you are and loving it. You know, yeah, I changed some of my ways because some of my ways I didn't like. So yes, I had to do the work so I could change them. But I'm in love with Lisa now. You heard me. I'm in love with myself. And so, can't nobody tell me nothing for real. Don't come with the bullshit because I'm not going to accept it. You know, for real. Is you say it's themselves they're unhappy with. Yes. Yes, it is. They do be unhappy with themselves. Now see, here goes somebody coming in here being disrespectful. I'm too old for what? What are you talking about? I'm too old. Oh my goodness. People come in here and they just be so disrespectful. And I don't want to cuss people out because I just don't like doing that. I really don't like doing that, cussing people out. But it gets on my nerves when they come in here. If you come to somebody's channel and they not talking what you want to hear, move on. Just move on. Just don't say nothing. Just move on. You know what I mean? That's what tripped me out. Move the fuck on. Don't come in here being disrespectful and interrupting the conversation. Just move on. I'm telling you, I don't get it. To coming in here talking about somebody too old. Too old for what? Just being a complete asshole. Right. Yup, Lisa. That's right. You say you became easier to love as well. Yes. Yes, that is so true. But like our men, I just hope that they start tapping into their self more, because that's what it be. A lot of them don't like their self. They not gonna come out and say that, but they don't like their self. I feel as though when you're somebody who can't maintain a relationship, that speaks volume to me. When you got to keep jumping from one relationship to another, from one to another, that really, speaks volume to me because it, like you just said, it makes me feel like you don't really love who you are. You haven't learned yet how to love yourself. And that's why you keep jumping from one relationship to the other. Yeah. They don't love themselves. I wonder the same in all chats. You get them. Try to ignore them. I agree. I guess they just want the attention. Right. I just go here and block them. I go right on and block them. I sure do. I guess eventually I'll pick out some moderators, you know. But yeah, that's I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, but that's something that I don't know. I'm really into that, like relationships. I love talking about relationship stuff. I do, cause I be going so deep with that. I love talking about relationships because it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And some people be like, if you ain't in a relationship, you can't tell me nothing. But I don't feel like that. I feel like that's a whole lie, because it's a whole lot I can tell you. First of all, from my experiences, from the experiences I done been through. You know what I mean? And it's just a lot that I could teach people from just on knowledge and wisdom, you know, of it. Because what I've noticed is that a lot of women and men are not, how can I put it? They just not together, right? Like we were saying, they just don't have that love for themselves. And they just run out here and they just, they grabbing this one up, grabbing that one up. And the relationships don't they last about a split second, you know? And it all comes from them not loving themselves. And I don't even think they understand that. They just want to be with somebody. And a lot of times it's the sex. I think I think some of them be chasing the sex. I don't think they really, they don't really be loving each other. I think they be chasing the sex. Because say they run across a guy and he packing something, you know, and they get dick whipped. I call it dick whip because that's what I've seen so many women, do that. They are hanging there with that man because the dick good, you know? And it's more to a relationship than that. It really is. It's more to it than that. Like, you can't base that relationship just off the fact because he got good dick. Like, it's more to it than that. It really is. And how long that's gonna last? Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut down too. I didn't mean to stay on here this long. I really didn't. But thank y'all for tapping in with me. I appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. I appreciate it. All of y'all coming through and conversating with me and stuff. I really appreciate it. And I will holler at y'all on the next one. Good night.